Alright, so this will be my initial review on, so this is actually a bit different background. Now I'm actually in my room, so I have more privacy to myself, and there's not going to be a lot of like talking and stuff while I'm doing these videos. Um, Now on PlayStation side, I won't be having my PlayStation until later on, and get more stuff equipment. I need to get more money on my end to get that stuff. Um, so First off, my initial thoughts on this show was it was the name of the show is called Curse. So spoiler alert, this is a new show on Netflix. So if you never watched the first episode, please click out of this video right now. It's because I'm gonna go through a whole recap of what the first episode was like and all this and the synopsis of what the show is about and my initial thoughts and then my review. So so I'm sorry about that. So my initial thoughts when I went into the show was like, is it gonna be like Witcher? A little bit. It is, but it doesn't hit that hype that Witcher was. The trailer was good. But I don't think it's as good. But I'll get into that when after the video. Now it's good, but it's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Um, the plus side is one of the characters in the show. So it's all about Arthur mythology and King Arthur and Merlin and stuff like that, and swords and medieval stuff. But it's in the perspective of Nimue, the Lady of the Lake. And that is played by Catherine Langford. She does an amazing job at her role. Oh my god, I was surprised. But I'm not that surprised because I watched 13 Reasons Why and she was so good at that role. So, um, but now on the other end, the CGI was a little bit funky at times. I was like, okay, this is okay. It's not as bad, but it's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Because it's a Netflix show, and Netflix shows are supposed to be a little bit more pricey, and the budget is supposed to be higher. Um, I did like some of the what they did with some of the transitions, and then how they began, like, and the theme song. Well, the theme song with the like, and like I liked the artistic style of it when it started. So it started out with Nimue going around. She's a witch, but everyone in her town hates her, kind of. Well, certain people hate her because she's a witch, and they always yell at her, stop talking to me. You're a witch, and you're gonna like the. She kind of is very violent sometimes in this show. It's not violent, but more like she hates the way people talk to her, and so later on, I'm gonna. I don't really have a full. I'm not going through a whole recap of what happened, but I'm gonna hit certain parts. So later on, we see the group a group of elders and witches and her mom. They gather around and they ask the gods who is the chosen one. And Nimue is actually the chosen one. She does not want this role, so she decides to leave um, with Pim, her best friend. Her best friend doesn't want her to leave, actually. And then we cut to Merlin in a bar. These two guys come in. They say, um, "Hey, uh, it's Merlin," and then they realize he's drunk and pass out, but he's not real. He's faking being sleeping. and he almost tried to kill them. And then you see Merlin go back to this castle with a king. I don't remember the king's name. Pretty sure I'll get the name, or as the show gets on, I'll get the name. Um, so after that, we go to just trying to think. I'm so sorry. After that, Nimue and Pimp are going through. Um, but Merlin is going around and finding all these things and stuff like that. So I'm gonna talk about Merlin in a little bit. So Merlin uh, is in a lighthouse kind of with the king of that place. And he sees all these signs, and he's wondering what they're coming from, with pigeons on the floor dead and yada yada yada. And then he also goes to this one guy later on, and he tells him like of this problem, and then he realizes, and then he starts um going, like, aiming all these things, these fires, because around the pigeons or something like that. And the sky starts raining red. Now this is later on into the episode. They transition between Pym and what's it called again, story, and then they also transition from Merlin. So Pimp and Nimue are they left, but when they get to this one town, she wants to get on this boat, but the boat left already, and it's not coming back for 6 months, so she's stuck there. Then she goes into this bar, and this bar has King Arthur. But all his real name is just Arthur right now, and he's only he's only a knight right now. These two guys come up to them, and want the girl. I mean Nimue, and she bets them to roll the dice, and she rolls the dice twice, and lands it nicely. And then they realize that she's a witch. They start running, and paladins start running after them. Red paladins are going through each village and burning each village down, if there's any, like, because they want to make sure that there's no witches left. But the red paladins follow them, and King Arthur takes them, because they want to they start to hide so that the paladins can't find them, but the paladins keep going forward to the village, and they sleep overnight in the forest. um they sleep overnight in the forest. King Arthur and Nimue have a moment, but it's not like they actually kissed or anything. And um and then she has like a vision of some sort. And what happens is, after that, they say, okay, let's go back to the village. The village is on fire, everyone is being burned and stuff like that. She eventually finds the little kid. There's this little kid that um knows her more, but I can't think of his name right now. I'm so sorry about that. um Off paper. But so after that, because I just watched it, I think 3 days ago, so I don't think they really gave his name, because he's not that. So he ran away. So I think he got away. But she goes to the temple, because the kid tells him that his mom's in the temple. Her mom's in the temple. Pimp was taken away by these red paladins. And so she goes to the temple, and finds the sword. She Mer I mean the mom her mom tells her to bring it to Merlin. So she eventually rushes out of the temple, and her mom dies, and that's when we transition into a part where um she just gallops away from the village. She finds a bunch of wolves, and this is where the CGI got really bad, and I didn't like it. I was okay with it, but like it was just like, it was okay. It was not good CGI, but it was not bad. So it was in kind of in the middle. But a bunch of wolves got around the a rock, because she got on top of the rock and she started killing each wolf, and there was blood spatter all over the screen, and that's when the episode ended. So my initial thoughts, I know I condensed it a lot because it was like I don't have a recap like where I can just read the whole summary of what everything that happened. But my initial thoughts for this episode is a 7.2. Um, the plus side was Catherine Langford in her role. She did an excellent job at that role. Um, but my minus is CGI is walky. So far, I'm hoping that it gets better. But I don't think it's gonna get better because it's the same show. Um, but it does look good. I can't wait to see more because I'm okay with watching a show like this, and I love King. I like Arthur mythology, so to see a show like this that's a little bit more mature, and then on top of it, um, to see like it in perspective of a different character from Arthur mythology instead of King Arthur or Merlin, it's kind of cool. So please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching this Kyle reaction reviews, not reactions, and TV reviews. And I'll see you guys later, and bye.